got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose. And
look at the fumble right here, and it's picked up on the bounce, and there he goes.
All right, guys, it's been a rough month for the fumbling the bag of boys, but I'm back off the wagon, as they say. So, I'm coming off this 5-7-2 week where my fucking lock, didn't hit. Me and Dre both went to the Bills, Browns game. Detroit people here, very happy. I lost my voice. We would have had this up yesterday, but I legit couldn't talk and I was a zombie. So there's that. Dre, let the people know what's going on.
Hey, man, I went 5-8-1 last week. I was not happy. I don't know. A lot of things that I did bet last week, I changed my mind last minute like an idiot. Shouldn't have done that, because some of those games were wins, were W's. But I'm taking the bitter with the sweet. I'm still, doing what I can to make things better. It will be better. But as far as the game, that Buffalo game, oh, man. You know and I know it was so much energy.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone from Buffalo who showed up, drove through that shit. Even the Cleveland fans, the annoying fucking people behind me.
Yes. Yeah, I had Cleveland fans in front of me. I had Buffalo fans in back of me. Yeah. I had Cleveland and Buffalo fans on the side of me. So, everybody came and showed,
Yeah, the energy was awesome. I was happy about it. And for Thursday, it's going to be... Gonna be mostly, Honolulu blue, but us Buffalo fans are gonna, still rock the place.
Now, what did you wear? Did you wear your Buffalo?
Of course, we all wore our Buffalo shit. Me and the boy,
everybody was
except my dad. Yeah, my dad, he was neutral. Okay, he was excited for the Bills, but
Right. Hey, check out my Twitter account because I have I got Rick James. I guess at Buffalo they always play.
Rick James, yeah,
because he's from Buffalo, New York, and they were playing Super Freak. They played that shit for like 2 minutes, man.
It was dope,
so,
yeah.
I just audio videoed it. Like, I love this song, So check that out.
It was jamming. Man was jamming. Yeah.
So yeah, man, we can get into it. Well, let me tell you about. This is my nephew. I call him my nephew. Okay. This is my son's brother. They have a show called S'more Sports. It's on YouTube. You can check it out.
Yeah. I'll try and tag it in the description if I can find it later. All the respect and love out there. I'll subscribe. Subscribe back if you haven't.
Oh yeah. We all have to support each other.
Yeah, definitely.
So his name is Vernon Daniels Jr. Okay, and I think he has multiple hosts. Different weeks it might be a different host.
Awesome.
So check that out. S'more Sports. S''MORE Sports.
And that's the thing, we're a community here at the end of the day. And, if you got information, I'll share information with you as well or whatever I have for the week. This week, I really don't have much, but, I'm more of a guts guy. I'm not, a trends or really a numbers. I try to not do that as much because, everything you believe is in the numbers. It's not.
True.
And look at some of the games, they just didn't go the way people intended, like the Rams. Well, Stafford got hurt, or
yeah. He didn't even play though, did he? Last week.
No, I don't think
remember.
he played. No, it was some other motherfucker that played. It wasn't Wolford either.
Or did he play? He may have played and just didn't play well.
Dude, I was fucking out of it. I was out of commission.
Oh man, Sunday was wild.
But
you did hit your lock though, right?
No, I pushed. It was 8. I got it at 8. It was
Buffalo.
A push. Yeah, Buffalo was a push.
Okay. I did hit my lock, fellas, and ladies.
Yeah. We are. We support everyone,
right?
Of all genders, races, whatever.
Hey, come on now. Sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's talk some fucking sports, man. Let's do it. This is one of my favorite weekends of the year. It's the Thanksgiving weekend. I obviously am going to the first game on the slate. I've been hyping myself up for this for 6 fucking months now.
It's finally here.
I bailed on my mom's Thanksgiving dinner and Chris and Mike. I'm sorry, Chris and Mike. I don't know if you're listening, but happy Thanksgiving to you. Bless. I am thankful for you and your son as well. So there's that. But it's a Bills weekend or weekday here.
Yeah,
so
hey, you bailed out.
Yeah, build the fuck out 2 games in 5 days. Let's fucking go. We got Bills. I mean, technically they were the home team last week. They're, in Detroit. Detroit's a 10-point home dog. Under over 54. It's honestly, that's fuck to me. And I don't like that. I don't like seeing a number like 10. Detroit's been hot.
They have been hot. I'm wondering why that number is so high. Do they think that Buffalo is that much better than Detroit at home? For Detroit to be at home or what?
Maybe the back-to-back, being in Ford Field, maybe they feel comfortable. It really worries me because if you look at it, the Bills really haven't covered in over a month. They didn't cover against the Packers. They got, backdoored there, lost against the Jets.
Right.
And, it depends on what number you had against Cleveland, whether some people had 8.5, 9.5, 7.5. I had it 8, so.
I had it at 7.5. I'm going Detroit on this one. I don't know if they'll win the game, but they've been playing well, man. They've won the last 3 games. 2 away from home.
And you got to think, they're playing for something here.
Yes, exactly.
They play well at home. They've played well at home all year. I don't think they've lost by 10 at home in any game.
Well, they damn sure have covered, the spread as far as, being underdogs, I would think.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yes.
And, Bills are still suffering a ton of injuries. Trey White's not returning. I don't know if Kier Elam's playing. Let's see if, Gregory Rousseau or Ed Oliver are playing. I mean, we had to sign A.J. Klein off waivers. It's... and we just brought up Xavier Rhodes. He played on Sunday, but we had to get another fucking free safety.
Yeah.
It's rough. That's what scares me about this game. It is Bills for me. It's just because of the fandom, but I'm pretty much telling everyone and their mother to bet the Lions because I think 10 is way too much. I'm just going with the Bills.
I think that I think everybody probably is going with Detroit anyway. I'd like to know what the the regular people are doing.
Yeah, the handle. I feel like the handle's going towards Detroit, and rightfully so. Like I said, home dome, 10-point dogs.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen, you seen the last game, they weren't making him run, but and this is something that I've been harping on. Everyone says, oh, the Bills can't run the ball. They ran 170 yards on a shitty Cleveland defense, sure. And I understand you're not supposed to have your quarterback be your leading rusher, but they don't give the same, respect to Allen as they do Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, or even Hurts, for that matter.
They don't.
It's just like, oh, he runs and he's like a tank, and that's why they don't, that's why they're not good rushing. And
now, I hate to
bullshit.
bring race into that, but do you think that's a white, black thing, the reason they do that?
No,
it's unfair is what I'm saying.
It's a little unfair. I don't think it's a race thing. I literally just think there's a lot of people that don't like seeing, QBs being the leading rusher on their team, especially when you got a cannon. Like, I'd say Allen has the best throwing prowess of any of the guys I named.
True.
So I think that's something that gets him a little irritated. It's like, wait, this guy can do it all?
Well,
but
he's
should
an athlete.
Yeah, it's like, can
he's
he?
an all-out athlete. So you have to let him play up to his capabilities, and this is what he does. Now, the thing is, they design some running plays for him. Not a lot, though, right?
They have RPOs,
Okay.
It's just like, hey, you have the decision to hand it off or throw the quick slant or run it yourself. They will put him in the pistol and, just kind of single it out. Let's see if they're in man. Let's see what kind of coverage they're playing. And I mean, for him especially, and that's been the talk of the town, is these fields at the moment. They want to get rid of the turf fields, and I agree 1,000,000%. Get the fucking... It's a $1 trillion business. Get fucking real grass in Ford Field. I don't care if you're indoors.
Right.
You can pay for it.
Well, with that, how many injuries are because of turf?
They say there's not a real discernible difference, but, a lot of these guys, they're the ones playing on it, not us. So when they're like, hey, I'm getting fucking stingers, when I get tackled, it feels like I'm getting hit on concrete.
Exactly.
I tend to believe the guy's playing.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be, a lot of wear and tear on you. But, with Allen running, I'm all for it, man. I mean, they're winning games.
Yeah.
He can, he's a complete quarterback. I like to watch complete quarterbacks. Now, I have respect for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But come on, man. You can watch a quarterback just get out of the way and, try to get these yards or whatever.
Yeah.
Or run past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
I
guy
love
who
it.
it's a guy who will fight for his team at the end of the day. That's why, I have the respect, of him and any QB like him. I just think all these hybrid QBs are changing the league, and they will continue to, and I think it's awesome.
It's so awesome. I got Detroit though, man. I'm gonna stick with it. And I got it at 9.5.
Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I seen it at 10 when I was finishing the graphics here. You're gonna love the graphics,
10, for sure.
Yeah, you will. You will. If you want to grab it, go grab it. I think anyone should. I'm on Bills though. Like I said, it's just because of the fandom. Let's move on to the game. I'll probably not even see because I'll be black. I'll probably be blacked out at this point. I'm not gonna lie to you, Bills Mafia. We're gonna go hard in Detroit. But we have the New York Giants, who just came off like a 38-10 loss to Detroit, going to Dallas, who just stomped on the Vikings 40-3. Dallas is 9.5-point favorites, under over 45.5. Tell me why I should think about betting the Giants at the nut low.
I mean, the only thing I could say is it's an important game for them. It's a rivalry game as well. It's a divisional game. It's a whole bunch of things, that are important about this game. But that's all I can say. I like Dallas because the Giants cannot throw the ball whatsoever, so they're going to be one-dimensional. Dallas's run defense is spectacular to me.
They have just a great defense.
They have a great defense.
And the Giants just lost another wide receiver for the season. Another one. They don't have a core. They threw the ball at Galladay twice. Didn't catch it. And then he was getting booed the fuck out of. It was awesome.
I mean, Galladay, man, he's had opportunities, man. He really had opportunities in Detroit, but he stayed hurt. Wanted more money. Come on, guy.
Yeah, no, they got fleeced. He's the highest paid player on that team. It's crazy.
Wow. I don't know, man. I'm leaning Dallas on this one. I wouldn't put any money on this game anyway, but if you put a gun to my head, it'll definitely be Dallas
I'm considering Dallas as a lock. And
wow.
obviously it's Thursday, so you might not get, I might have a few locks this week, but Dallas is on my mind. I think this is one of the better teams in football right now. I think Giants, just kind of squeezed out a bunch of wins in close games. They deserve their record. People are like, oh, it's not as great as a team as you think. When you win 7 games in the NFL, you're a good team. You're a good team. I don't care who you are.
I'm just so happy that Barkley is back, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Besides his performance on Sunday, where that was
deplorable.
Nothing.
But, well, hey, got that Lions defense. Nah,
Lions defense was actually great.
They did.
But you got to think, it's just when you have an anemic offense like that, I think teams are going to start jumping all over them, and that's kind of what scares me for the rest of the season with them. Is that they really did perform above their weight class, and that's nothing against them. I still think they're a average team, middling team. Yeah. They'll win a big game here and there. Like they beat the Ravens. That's a big win.
That is a big win. Yes. I totally agree with that.
And they just, they've surprised everyone this year, me included. I was very low on them to start this year. I was like, one of the worst teams in football don't have an offense. To go out there and win 7, awesome. Good for you. Not make the playoffs or you'll be like a wild card team. So, yeah.
One last thing, too, about these teams that you just did not know that they were going to do anything this year. Now you can look towards the future. They can build on this. They know they need receivers. They probably need a better offensive line as well.
Yeah, definitely.
They can just build. I mean, just like the Lions, too, All these teams know where they're what they have now. So now they just, let's build on it. Let's do what we need to do to get better.
And look at where we're at in the season. It's like... Yeah. These guys still have something to play for, so it's not a knock on them. It's just I legit think Dallas is one of the best teams in the NFC right now, and I think that Thanksgiving vibe, like you're like you don't want to see a blowout on a holiday game, but this is probably the one. I think Buffalo Detroit would be a lot closer than this one if I was to think about it like in that regard.
I'm presuming that it will be. But let me ask you though. So because this is a divisional game, this doesn't scare you, the spread, at all?
No. Not a second. This is the one I'm just like, yeah, I can see, a healthy Dallas running over these guys. That just all the talent is on Dallas' side, and it's not a knock to the Giants. I think they still have a decent defense, but and they have a deplorable offense. That's really what kills them, because if Dallas puts up more than 20 points, it's over for them, because I don't think they can put up 10 this week.
Well, we've seen Dallas, in compromising positions where, they were supposed to do this, like the 9.5. Okay, Dallas, y'all supposed to show y'all ass because it's 9.5. Sometimes they don't do that, Dak, he'll throw 3 or 4 interceptions.
Yeah, you'll see the sloppy game. I remember last Thanksgiving against the Raiders. It was a sloppy game. Raiders pulled that one out. Yeah. I was on that Raiders game.
But with me talking shit about all this, though, I'm still going Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that's the thing. At this point, Miranda's going to be driving my ass home. I'm just going to be like, go Bills. Go fucking Bills.
Win or lose.
Win or lose. If they lose, I'm not coming to work on Friday. I'll be honest with you, because I'm definitely going to be dropping some Bills shit when I leave there tomorrow. Go Bills.
Drop that shit like a pigeon.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. Okay, let's move to the nightcap of
nightcap too,
this is when I might be coming back to life. I think it's an 8 p.m. game. I'll probably be falling asleep at this point. I probably won't catch it. New England going on the road to Minnesota. Minnesota 3-point favorite, over 42.5. 3 seems very light. For a New England team, I don't really know what they're good at. They have a decent defense, but they do not have, they're kind of like the Jets and also the Giants and what we just talked about. They can run the ball. Can they really throw the ball, though?
Yeah, their quarterback situation is very suspect, in my opinion. I know Minnesota got killed, roadkill last week, Sunday. But I'm going with Minnesota. I think it's a bounce-back game for them. They know damn well they shouldn't have gotten beat by Dallas by that much anyway. They played horribly.
I, once again, missed it all. Missed everything. We're at the game. I'm sitting there. I looked at the scoreboard at one point for, while we were there, and I was like, wow, the Lions are up 24-6. What the fuck?
Right.
And then I was, looking at the Bears and Atlanta, and I'm like, okay, that's like a game, okay. I was just focused on the present moment, and I was, enamored.
Yeah.
It's not every day you get to go to, a random rescheduled NFL game because Buffalo gets 6 feet of fucking snow at Orchard Park, and they shut down the city.
Yeah, and they come to Detroit.
And anyone, shitting on the fact they played a dome game, it's a neutral field. We technically, the Bills lost a home game. I don't know what people are talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hard game to win because it was on a neutral site. I mean, you had Buffalo fans and everything, and they were doing the Buffalo thing, but still, this is a neutral site.
Yeah.
This is not home for them.
It's not home. But anyways, let's talk about Minnesota, New England. It's primetime Kirk Cousins. What do we do about this?
I know.
It's technically primetime.
I know.
Thursday night football. These all count against my Thursday record, by the way. 8-3 on the year. Check me out.
True.
Twitter. Little Dick Big Rich. Find me. Picks coming every Thursday for these games. Those will be the 3 I post on Thursday morning.
Right.
And I'll post the rest, probably Saturday.
Man, if it wasn't New England, I'd be off of Minnesota. And the spread. The spread is tricky to me. At 2.5?
Yeah.
Is that what you got at?
I seen 3. So 2.5, 3. We'll call it 3 for the show.
I think Minnesota is 3 points better than the Patriots at home. I just do.
I just think it's a trap.
It could possibly be a trap.
Kirk Cousins primetime. Write me in for New England, man.
Oh, damn, Kurt.
I gotta take one dog in these in this Thursday cap. I would say take the Lions, but Bills Mafia, yada yada yada. I'm gonna cheer for my fucking team here.
So Patriots it is for you, huh?
Patriots is the dog there. I don't think, because I'm not a guy that's like, oh, every favorite's chalk, or you should always take it.
Oh no, hell no.
No, so I gotta pick my poison here, and I guess it has to be New England, even though I think they're dog shit too.
I couldn't argue with you there. I'd like to historically know how Minnesota plays on Thanksgiving.
I have no idea, but also New England is 6-4, so they have something to play for.
They do.
You gotta remember, if you get to 7-4, you're smack dab in the playoff hunt and the divisional race.
Well, it's crazy to me that they're 6-4 because they've played some awful ball.
They played remember when they got killed by the Bears on a Monday night?
Came into their crib Monday night and whipped their ass.
Whipped their ass, and the Bears are not a good team. We all know that.
They're not.
And they laid an egg somewhere else too.
They did, yeah. They've laid several eggs.
Yeah, I know they kept it close against like Green Bay, but
well, we see what Green Bay is about though too.
Yeah, they suck, man. But let's move to Sunday, because we're both. You're Minnesota.
I'm Minnesota, man, and I'm not gonna be watching this game too. I'll probably be on my way back to Michigan.
Oh, going to the family.
Yeah, for Thanksgiving.
Nice,
we got to work Friday, and I don't have any more sick days.
Damn. Sorry to hear you. I gotta use three. I shouldn't disclose this on the show, but I gotta use 3 of them before April, or I lose those 3 days.
Before April.
Yeah, because the new policy.
Okay.
All that extra time. I lost a lot of time saved. I don't miss
know
work.
how I burnt all my damn sick days, but I do have 2 vacation days that I'm taking in December.
Yeah. Shit, she might be good. Let's move it on though. Let's move to the Sunday cap. We'll start it out with a shitty game. It's Chicago going to the Jets. Jets are 4.5-point favorites. Over 39.5. Justin Fields is questionable at the moment. Zach Wilson might not be starting. It might be Joe Flacco. The line fucking stinks. Therefore, I don't really care who's playing for Chicago. I'll take Chicago 4.5 here, man. I'm off the Jets at this point. We had a fun run, guys. I really enjoyed betting you guys through preseason. I enjoyed betting you like the first 5 weeks. It's over. I'm sorry, it's over.
Yeah. I've gotten burned by the Jets, man, a few times this year, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I think I'm with you with Chicago. I mean, I'd enjoy Fields to play. I'd feel better about this bet, but the Jets are terrible, man. They're not a good team, man, and they're starting to show that they're not a good team.
Yeah, when you don't have a passing attack,
yeah,
you lose your leading rusher on the year to an injury. That's gonna be damning, and that defense is fucking all-star. Like they have one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL. To this point, they're top 5, top 10 all day. Any day of the week, I'd put that Jets defense out there to like any other defense.
This is probably why the spread is at 4.5.
Yeah, I think so. And that over fucking low, but we'll talk about the next game after you. It's even lower. So just a little, foreshadow. But 39.5 is low. It's like that's projecting what, a 21-20 game if it hits like the over. Like, and I think it could be a field goal game. So I like Chicago there.
That might be a lock for me, man. That under.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
It is disgusting, but one thing though, Chicago's defense is not that great.
No, they're not.
The Jets may be able to run on them, and they probably will be able to, and that's probably why they have them, at such a high spread too, and the field situation, of course.
If Justin Fields is good, like it's an auto play, I think. Even if it's sprained, I think they're gonna give him the perk. He's gonna be hyped up. He's gonna be off one.
You know what? I'm going Jets, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna give them one last chance.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Give them one last chance, man, because I'm thinking about their defense, and their running game. They might be able to control the game a little bit. That is a large spread, man, though. 4.5.
4.5, and it's like one of those weird numbers. I hate seeing 4.5. 4.5 to 5.5. I hate it so fucking much. Just give me 3 or 7, please.
Yeah, but it lets me know that the bookies know something.
I don't even think they know something. I think they're just like not determined that the Jets can win by a touchdown even if Fields isn't starting. Because that's what the line is telling me. It's like Fields isn't starting and Zach Wilson's not starting. That's what that shows me.
Yeah. Now that concerns me though. Them switching quarterbacks, man. To Flacco, really?
He can still ball.
He
He threw 60 times week 1.
That might be a good switch though. I'm going Jets.
Fair enough. Yeah, like I said, check it out on Sunday. We'll find out.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Definitely.
Oh man, that's so funny, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's fucking what a game. Anyways, let's go to the next game on the slate that I've been teasing this over. It's Denver at Carolina. Carolina, 2.5-point home dog to a terrible Denver team. Over 35. That's gotta be a joke, right?
no one's laughing.
I'm not laughing either. I'm confused about that one.
I know, right? It is.
Also, I'm happy. UAB did cover that fucking 9.
I told you, man.
Thank you for having faith in the
Man.
Alabama Birmingham. But we have to talk about football right now. It's not college basketball season. Maybe we'll start doing that shit too. We'll see what happens after football season ends. So,
I'm up for it.
Shit's in the work. Might take a little break for a couple weeks, but
right.
We've been grinding for you people, so
grinding hard.
And we still need to get the follower base up, and I think consistency matters. That's why we're doing the show so often.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, what do you like in this game?
Oh man, one is a man. I don't even know. This is a car crash that just happened, and the jaws of life have not gotten here yet. So I'm taking who knows? I'll go Carolina, man. It's 2.5.
That's where I'm at.
2.5.
That's where I'm at. I think that's in play.
Yeah, they have a pretty thick defense. They play well defensively. Their thing is offensively, I believe, man.
And both these teams are out of it at this point. They're both 3-7 and 3-8. There's nothing to really play for either squad.
This game is just for shits and giggles.
It is.
Literally.
It is. Melvin Gordon got fucking cut after he fumbled and then started playing Future in the locker room.
Yes. There will be no Future played in the locker room or outside of the locker room.
Or in the stadium.
Yes. And this is Russell Wilson, per Russell Wilson. So they paying him all this money, and he telling them what to play.
And they're 3-7.
And they're 3-7. Come on,
terrible
man.
team.
That sounds like a lot of sensitivity for me, Russell. Come on, man. You're not gonna let them play the man's music just because he used to, be with your with your female that you're with now.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No,
that's just kind of like, come on. That's some whole stuff.
Everyone hates Russell Wilson at this point. I still don't hate him. I think he's annoying and a cornball, but that is who he is at the end of the day.
That's who he is.
This Denver team's bad, man. They have a great defense, but that offense is literally dead to me. They don't have a running back. They literally grabbed, Latavius Murray's dead body, and they're now putting him starting back because Mike Boone is out for the season.
Dang, man.
Carolina is pretty much without any semblance of an offense since they fucking lost P.J. Walker and had to start Baker Mayfield again.
Yes. Did they cover the spread last Sunday?
Yeah, they covered that 12.
Okay.
Ugly game. Very ugly game. That was one. I kept looking at the scoreboard at our game, and I was like, wow, it's 7-0, 3-0. Okay. Just more, as my guy Fulcrum says, I was faded than a hoe. Just looking at that shit, it's like I just gotta focus on the Bills.
Man, I'm going Carolina, man. I just don't trust Denver. Yeah. I had Denver last week, man, against the Raiders. I should have known better.
Yeah, me and you both, I was like, oh, it's screaming for you to take Carolina, and I didn't. And I was like, nah, Baltimore can handle business. I mean, they won by 10. It's
they won, man,
13, 12, like...
They played well against Lamar, man. Lamar didn't do much in that game, man.
No, he did fucking nothing.
And that pissed me off because of fantasy football reasons. But we
You're
won't go
in
into
the
that.
dog pound of the playoff hunt again. Look at that.
I am, man.
Yeah, that stinks. I'm sorry for you, but I'm back. I was down and out, and I'm back.
You're back in both of them, right? Well, shit, you 9-1 in my
10-1. It's over. Yeah, 6-5-1, 10-1 the other. That's the only 2 leagues I'm in, but I'm looking good, feeling good. But yeah, I don't need to talk about this fucking game anymore. It's fucking garbage. If you watch this, you're probably a fan of one of the 2 teams or a very degenerate gambler with a good lean.
Right. Now, this might be a lock, the over-under. I may be taking the under 35.
Under 35. I don't mind that either. I literally think it's going to be like 17-7 or something. Like, Denver hasn't really allowed more than 20 points a game by any team besides the Raiders last week scored 22.
Okay.
That was the most they allowed pretty much all year. Besides when the Raiders played them and scored 30, so.
Right. Same team.
Let's move to my guys, the Washington Commanders, hosting Atlanta. Washington's a 4-point favorite. They fucking let me down this last weekend by winning against Houston. But the left hand stays up. And the under-over is 42.5, and it's Sean Taylor Day. They are...
oh, really?
introducing a statue in his honor.
I'm happy for that.
And I'm really happy for that, and I think they're going to play for him. They have something to play for also. At 6-5, remember when I was like, oh, they're out at 1-3? They're in it. As much as anyone thinks they're out, they're there.
They are there, man. I like to see that.
And
I'm going Washington in this game, man.
Yeah, that's exactly where my head is at, too. Atlanta's been keeping it close all year with teams. They've been covering a lot. They, depends on the number you got last week, whether it was, I was at 3 with Chicago, so it was a push, but some people might have lost on 3.5 also. So
right,
really depends on what you get sometimes. Sometimes, me and you both recommend, like, yeah, buying a half a point, it sucks, but hey, man, do you want to push or you want to win?
Right. In the end, it may be a good move.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta is starting to show their true colors, though, too, man. Because they're starting to not cover.
But they are in the thick of winning their division.
They're still in the thick of it.
They're 5-6.
Right.
Tampa Bay's 5-5. They have a great chance still.
And so they have a lot to play for in this particular game.
So does both teams.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's like this is gonna be a good. This is a good
should be
game.
a good game. I wish it was 3 or 2.5, but I like the way Washington is playing right now. I like the way the quarterback is playing. They're moving the ball. Defensively, they've gotten a little bit stronger.
Rushing defense looked great last week. They stopped Dameon Pierce. He only had 37 yards. Like that's everything you could wish for with that defense. I mean, I know David Mills, stinks. He's not, he's bottom to your QB. They're not very good. Right. It's our fault, my fault especially, for hopping off my guys, the Washington Commanders.
Well, no, you're a realist fan.
Win some, lose some. That's how that's how that goes with me. I just, I don't like it, unless it's Buffalo. And even then, I told you, beginning of the year, if you watch week 1's episode, I was like, this is the 1 week I'm on the Rams. If you look every other show, I've been on the Bills, and it hasn't gone well. 3-7 with betting the Bills, so.
Hey, yeah, you got to pick them.
Or 3-6-1. There was a push last week.
Choose them wisely.
But again, it's another game that's still it's still not one I really want to talk about. A lot of these games, it's like the main ones. I was like, oh, Thanksgiving, Bills Lions. That's the most interesting game to me.
It really is.
And there's 2 more on this slate that I am very intrigued in. This one, it's a home game for me. It's a team I like. Of course, I'll be watching.
Right.
Gibson rushing and receiving yards. If you want to look at any of those props, take a look. That's my guy. He's back.
I may take a look at that.
Take a look at him because he's back, man. Everyone said he was out at the beginning of the year. It's, Brian Robinson's team. It never turned out to be that way because Gibson is still a quality back. I'm sorry to say, everyone. With McKissick out the rest of the year, that is a major reason to, look at these kind of lines because he's still going to get maybe 5 to 7 carries and probably 4 to 5 targets. Yeah.
I totally agree with you, man. I think they have a lot of momentum right now, man. They beat Philly, right? Didn't Washington beat Philly?
Yes, sir. And I was all off it, telling everyone, don't do this. Hey, no, that was.
I think I had them. I didn't have them winning the game. I had them covering the spread, though.
Yeah, I've been off on Washington the last few weeks after I was like, oh, I've called the right side of Washington the first 6 weeks in a row or something silly. I was right. I was like, wow, this is going my way.
Hey, let's just hope. I mean, I think they can continue to trudge on, and I think they can win this game by the spread.
I'd love to see him compete for a wild card. Please let me see him play. Dallas in the wild card round, or San Francisco, or even the Vikings.
That's a team that they could beat too.
I think they could beat a lot of these teams. Honestly, They're not bad. So if you want a real future as well, go grab the Washington Commanders. I'm sure it's 100 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. But if you find them in the NFC Championship game, don't be surprised. They fucking kick ass.
Plus, you put $1 on it, you win $100.
There you go. Yeah, $1. I think it's worth $1.
Right.
All right, let's move it on to possibly the return of Deshaun Watson. I'm not sure if this is confirmed in any sort of way. I've heard he's not going to play this game, but Tampa Bay going on the road to Cleveland. Cleveland, a 3-point home dog, under over 45.5. I don't like 3. That's terrifying. I don't have a real lean on this game. I would just be a sucker and take Tampa Bay. and hope if Deshaun plays, he's rusty. If Brissett is playing, he throws like 3 picks. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna go Cleveland this game, and I got some inside info from a fan that said that Deshaun will not play next game. He'll play the game after.
Was
and I don't know how true that is.
Sunday insight while at the stadium?
That was Sunday insight.
At the stadium, it's like, hey.
I was talking to both fans. I was trying to
Dude, I couldn't
pick
even
their heads.
I couldn't even talk to the Cleveland fans behind me. They were insufferable.
Oh, really? They probably was mad they were losing, huh?
No, they were rubbing it in my face for the first half, and then once
there
they
you
started
go.
losing, they shut down.
Shut it down. Yeah. You know what? Cleveland Browns fans, they went home early. I saw them leave.
Yeah. No, the people behind me left early, and then the people in front of me were Bills fans. Like, dude,
Oh man,
fuck them
it's
people.
funny to watch, man.
It was
I'm like,
great.
look at these folks.
yeah,
They're
like,
leaving.
I'm gonna sit there the whole game. Sorry, I don't care if I'm losing. Never
Well,
be a sore loser, or,
Yeah, I know,
or a
right?
sore winner. Never be
Yeah,
a sore winner either.
I like football, man. I like to watch usually watch from beginning to end, unless it's just like 56-10 or something. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Where it's like I'm good. Like I remember when I went to Highmark last year when Bills played Washington. Me and Miranda left the stadium at the beginning of the fourth quarter. It was like 35-10. It was like
it's
okay,
game
it's
time,
like
right? Game
it's like
time.
okay, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even bother.
This particular game, though, when they played Buffalo, they turned the ball over, man. They actually, second half, more or less, they turned the ball over. They actually could have made this, a game, late in the later stages of it. I just think that they didn't play well. I think this time around, they play better. They know that, Deshaun is coming.
Season's pretty much lost, though. You got to think about that too. 3-7. That's
That's why they need this game too. I mean, even with this game, it still looks kind of bleak.
Yeah,
but
4-7's okay, but you'd
Yeah.
pretty much have to win 5 in a row.
You'd have to win 5 in a
9-7.
row. And
9-7,
maybe they have that thought process though, because they know that our quarterback is coming back.
How do we know he's going to be anything near
We
game
don't.
ready though for not playing for almost a year and a half, 2 years? Like it really, that is a huge question mark, because
We
he
know
could go
nothing.
out there and be slinging like Josh Allen, or he could go out there and be Davis Mills. We don't
Right.
really know.
We don't know, but I think there's excitement about that anyway, though.
Oh, there is, yeah.
So-
Yeah, no matter what you think about the guy, it's, hey, there's a potential superstar player coming back, and that's the real reason they didn't, Trevor Bauer his ass and send his ass packing, even though he was proclaimed innocent,
Yeah. Well, the NFL knows that, it's better to have him in the league, one of your better quarterbacks, because let's face it, this year, man, these quarterbacks have not been playing that well. The quarterbacks that we thought, especially that were going to play well.
But the defenses have adjusted. That's my take on it. I think defenses have adjusted to offenses, because look at the just over-under totals. Like,
True.
these guys are playing a lot of 2-deep fucking safeties. Like,
They have,
They
yes.
don't want guys beating them over the top, and I think that's a real reason you're not seeing all these points scored this year.
Yeah, it's been it's been a chaotic year as far as these quarterbacks have been concerned, man. And it's fun to watch to see, okay, which quarterback is going to have a good game this game, because there's been a lot of inconsistency. But you have a good point there. But I'm taking, because another thing about this particular game is I still don't trust Tampa Bay. Although they've been playing better the past 2 or 3 games. But I don't know, man.
I don't mind them coming off a bye, though. A little bit
It is a bye,
healthier.
yes.
Coming back from the big win in Germany, and you got to think they had the big Thursday night win against Baltimore as well. I think this is kind of Tom's time to ride, and they haven't lost since the divorce.
You say he's 2-0 since divorce, huh?
Yeah,
That's a good point. It is a good point.
Just
but
saying, putting it out there.
I don't know. The 3.5 scares me though. I'm going Browns on this.
Fair enough. All right, let's move it on to, this is the weirdest fucking line of the week to me. Baltimore going on the road to Jacksonville. Jacksonville, a 4-point home dog, under over 43.5. I don't know if this reflects like someone being hurt or anything, but this is a huge bet Baltimore spot to me. Mm-hmm. Which usually goes bad, so I'm just going to say fuck it. I'll go with the Jags one last time. I've been burned by the Jags so many fucking times this year. Every time they're a dog or a favorite, I'm pretty much like, yeah, I'm good with that. They look good on paper. They score a lot of points. They get a lot of yards. And then they get blown out by fucking 20.
Yeah.
Explain to me why this line is 4 and not 8.
Both teams. I'll start with this. Both teams have pissed me off in terms of betting, because they both have burned me. But I'm thinking, Jacksonville is at home. Their running defense is not bad.
Also off a bye.
They're off of a bye. And you still really don't know what you're going to get from the Ravens game to game.
Yeah, you got to think. Look at the Giants game.
Yeah, man.
They blew that game.
Hell? So, with that being said, though, I'm still going the Ravens. I think the Ravens, they need to get back on track as far as winning. I mean, they're not off track because they did win last week.
Yeah, they're 7-3.
But,
They're winning their division by 2 games.
Yeah, but I just didn't like the way they played. And I know they probably didn't like the way they played.
No one, yeah. Well, also think they were out without their leading receiver again. They really don't have any receivers.
I know, and that's going to be a problem for them.
I mean, Mark Andrews did play. Don't get me wrong, but it's like,
he did, yeah.
Who the fuck they got? Devin Duvernay.
But I mean, I felt like that was a problem before the season started, though.
Yeah, they traded Hollywood Brown, which was a huge mistake.
Yes.
It's like they don't want to compete. They don't want him to succeed. It's like every team in the league is just, licking their chops, hoping they fucking let this guy walk. Because I think any team, besides maybe 5 or 6 teams, would probably take a shot at this guy, whether it's a sign and trade or just a drop a QB or trade a QB elsewhere and sign him. Who wouldn't want Lamar Jackson on your team? He's awesome.
I know, yeah.
I think
the
he's
Ravens
awesome.
need to go ahead and wrap that up. I mean, he does have some things going on with his game that that need improvement, but overall, this guy is a monster still to me. He can still
a 6-foot guy who can run the fuck out the ball.
run the ball. He can pass the ball. He's becoming a lot more accurate.
And that's
I
the
just
thing.
think
Yeah, he's a good passer too. I don't know
Yeah.
why people are all down. Look at his receiving core. It's
He does not
It's
have
not
a
like he has
receiving
Amari
core.
Cooper out there. It's not like he has fucking CD Lamb. Doesn't have
Yeah.
Hopkins.
and I blame the Ravens for that because they're not really building a team around him like they should be.
No, they just want to do the same old Ravens thing. Let's have 3 running backs. Let's run the piss out the ball, and it's cool if you run it to Lamar, and it's a fine way to win games. But at the end of the day, you got to have a couple more weapons out there.
Yes.
That's what scares me about this game. I think Ravens win by a field goal on the road.
Okay, all right.
It's a little sketch to me.
I couldn't argue with you. I really couldn't, man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna lean Baltimore right now.
Yeah, and it's fair. Like I said, I should be taking maybe the logical side, just the better teams at this point. But there's gonna be a game or two that I'm just no, that's not right, and this is gonna be one of them this week. As I pick this live, also. I haven't really looked at lines too much, but we're doing this for the show. We're doing this for the people. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for you. Let's move on to Houston going to Miami. Miami, 13-point home favorites under over 46.5. Houston fucking sucks. That is my only, claim to this game. Miami's just a much better team. I take the 13. You could probably tease that up.
Yeah, I'm going with Miami too.
They're going to win by a
man.
landslide, I think.
Houston has had it. I told you, man. They are sinking slowly. They're in quicksand right now. Right now, they can't breathe. Their nose is just filled up with just sand right now.
Yeah.
All I see is one finger up. It's the middle finger.
Oh, no,
of course.
it's for the number 1 pick of the draft.
Right.
Number 1.
We got it.
We got it.
It's
At this
wavering.
point. They're 2 games ahead, or a game and a half ahead for the number 1 pick.
Okay.
Every other team has 3 wins, I believe, at this point.
Trust me, they need it.
They do. The team's terrible.
Yes, I think Miami runs all over them. I don't think Houston gives a shit. Lovie Smith is probably on his way out the door. Was this only his second year?
It might be his first, but I don't think it mattered. They kind of knew what the direction the franchise was going in.
I can't say that they'll fire him, but
I just feel bad for people like Brandon Cooks wasting their prime years at a franchise like this, and it's just kind of sad to see. You got some rising talent though with Damian Pierce and even Stingley Jr.
Oh yeah, man, they got some players on this team,
but they don't have a QB. They don't have an offensive line.
That's huge in the NFL. In college too, if you don't have a QB, you're not doing shit.
Yeah, unless you're Derrick Henry, Alabama. But then again, he's not Alabama.
Right. Yeah. Well, we see how my man, the coach of Alabama, how he started recruiting though. He got he got quarterbacks that could play. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he kind of switched it up. What's his Nick Saban? Nick the Savior is what I call him.
Greatest college coach of all time.
Yes.
I mean, it's like Belichick being the greatest NFL coach. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
they coach.
Hey. But yeah, Miami all the way. And speaking of, Nick Saban used to coach Miami.
Yeah, and his one NFL season?
Yeah, he didn't do that swell.
I think you went 4-12 or something. Yeah. They didn't give him much to work with, so.
Nah, they did.
We'll move on from there. Let's go to one of the more intriguing matchups of the week for me. We have the Cincinnati Bengals going on a road to the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, 1.5 home dogs, over 42.5. I love the over 42.5, people. Let that be known.
Okay, that's not bad.
That is a ridiculous number. I love that, honestly. But when I see 1.5 going in the other direction, it's also worrisome to me. But you got to think, this is almost panic mode for Cincinnati that has been... Are they 6-5 or are they 5-5? I don't remember their record. I think they're 6-5 or something.
Yeah, I think they're 6-5.
Yeah, I don't have a graphic for this one this week. Sorry, everyone, but you get what you get with me.
In this game, man, I'm liking Tennessee, man. I think Tennessee has found their rhythm. They're running the ball at a great pace. Tannehill's being Tannehill. He's not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Their defense has been solid, is being more solid week by week. I know Cincy is a hell of a team, and they're trying to get things together. But I just think Tennessee right now, it may be a better team right now.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think this is a revenge game because of the playoff game last year
too.
as well? And you got to think Jamar Chase is still out. I
still
so
out.
I see 1.5. It's just like, is that because of the betting market?
Well, I got it at 2.5.
Okay.
But shoot,
it just that worries me, and I think Tennessee's defensive line is still going to work the Bengals' offensive line because they haven't changed anything. Remember in that game last year, they had like 8 sacks.
They did, yes.
And really what blew the game was Tannehill throwing 3 picks.
Yeah. Tannehill, man, I think Tannehill will play a lot better. And I think they'll just take it out of Tannehill's hands. As long as Derrick Henry is doing what he's doing.
And that's the thing. Derrick Henry's still privy to run all over them.
Exactly.
I think another week with Tannehill back in the offense will help. Treylon Burks looked really good too last week.
He did look good.
Which I was happy to see. I am rooting for him. I'm rooting for Robert Woods. I like Henry as well. He is the best running back in the league still.
Yeah.
You think you could tackle that guy if you had 100 chances?
I think I can get him one time. But it has to be the angle. I'm going for the ankles, man. I'm not messing with nothing thigh wise.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're getting ran over.
Cause what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna how the bull what do you call those guys with the bull? When the bull comes at him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna go for the legs.
Good luck. Like I said, good luck. I've seen. This
I might
man
miss 99 times.
If you get him once, congratulations, because I think he's breaking everyone in half. Like
oh man,
if you
he's
can
a
catch
monster.
him, think about how
and he's
fast
fast
he is.
too. Yeah,
he's so much faster than me and you.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
I used to
he's crazy.
I ran track in school. I was fast.
Yeah,
I'm not fast anymore. I'm old as fuck.
Matador, that's what I'm thinking about.
Matador, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it'll be hard to tackle this guy.
Dude, you're
for
not.
Sure.
No one's tackling this guy. Anyone
Listen,
who thinks they can tackle this guy.
We had a guy in high school named Matt Wills. Okay, and he was just as big. He wasn't as tall, but he was just as big and just as strong. Maybe stronger, and that's crazy for me to say that. But this dude was pumping up like 350 pounds as a 16-year-old.
Yeah. I had this kid that played for the Steelers. He was a senior when I was a freshman. But yeah, Latarius Walton played for the Steelers. Maybe he had a chance.
Right.
Little me, who's 1.5 foot shorter than LT, was I'm getting ran over. You're getting ran over, Dre. I'm sorry.
I'm not going. But see, my tactic is not going to be okay. It's me and you, bro. I'm gonna let him kind of do what he wants to do. After he passes me up, I might try to hit him from the back.
You're not getting him. He's not. You're not getting. He's dust. He's gone. He's fucking leaving you like dust, dude. It's over.
I need 9 more people to help me though. 10 more.
No, just 1-on-1. This is the discussion. 1-on-1. Can you tackle Derrick Henry? No.
They'd have to offer me $1 million just to even try.
You're going on Joe's versus Pros, dude. What you remember that shit?
I do remember
that. Show was so sick. There was like
Yes.
one or two guys ever that did actually like do
They
something
did, yeah.
too. That was always tight when you'd be like, okay, this guy ain't playing.
He did, right. Joe's versus
Most of the
Pros,
time, they're
wow.
getting shitted on though.
Man, these guys are professionals for reasons.
Yeah, Spike TV Classic. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Alright, guys, we got 5 more games. Me and Dre have both determined the interest level in all of these is not that great, so we're kind of going to fly through them. And we'll start off with Vegas going to Seattle. Seattle 3.5-point home favorites, over 47.5. I, for one, don't like Seattle in this for whatever reason.
Interesting. Okay. Give me some reasons.
I think Vegas doesn't want to be embarrassed any longer. They don't.
So they're upping the ante on Seattle?
I think they're going to up the ante. I think Seattle's played over their talent level for, a majority of the year. Vegas still hasn't won a fucking road game either.
Right.
Or wait, no, they beat Denver. They beat Denver.
They did beat Denver last week.
Sorry, but they just haven't played good. But Seattle, it just seems like a trap for a team that is in the NFC West division hunt. But even if they lose this game, they're at 6-5, and San Francisco would also be at 6-5 or 7-5, depending on what happens in that game.
Yeah.
I just kind of think 3.5, like, you might get got by the hook. It might be a closer game than people think. Josh Jacobs is a very good back still. He should be able to control tempo with the ball there. Defense is terrible, I'll give you that. But, Geno Smith also playing to an apex level. We've never seen him play this well.
Yeah.
So that's what scares me.
For me, in this game is I don't dare bet for the Raiders. I just can't do it, man.
Couldn't do it last week either, I know.
Yeah, and you brought up some
Broncos
interesting
country,
points.
let's ride.
Right. But I'm just and yeah, Seattle is playing over their heads a little bit. But you have to give them credit and give the coach credit. I mean, they're winning games that we didn't think that they were going to win.
They weren't supposed to win week 1.
No.
I don't think they were supposed to win week 2.
I know, right? They beat when was that? We thought Detroit was going to get a dub with that.
Yep. We thought Detroit
Didn't happen, right?
Didn't happen. They scored like 47 on us.
Right. I'm going Seattle, man. I mean, this is not a game that I'm going to bet, money-wise.
Yeah, it's not one
but
I'm really like. I like the under 47.5 also. That seems fucking high.
It does. It really does. I just don't trust the Raiders, man. I just don't trust them. They can have a 20-point lead and still lose the game, man. And I think Seattle.
That's happened.
Yeah. Now, Seattle had a bye last week, right?
Seattle had a bye. They just came back from Germany, so
that's right. That's right.
That's good for them. They got the extra rest.
Yeah, extra rest. They can focus on the Raiders and what they need to do to beat them. I got Seattle, man. I know that the spread does look kind of that hook, man. You could get caught up in that hook.
That's what scares me is the hook. Yeah, that's,
man.
if it's 3, 2.5, okay, I can see playing Seattle.
Because could they actually beat them by a touchdown?
Yeah. No, Seattle can beat them by a touchdown. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's possible.
Kenneth Walker, Rookie of the Year.
Right. Oh, man, if he had played all year, man, this dude might have been a Pro Bowler. Sure.
He still could be. I don't know who else would be in the Rookie of the Year conversation for offensive rookie.
Yeah. Well, I'm noticing that they are running the ball more because of him.
Yeah,
so
he's fantastic. I remember seeing him, at MSU, and I felt like I had the inside scoop. Like, yeah, this guy's amazing. Because that offensive line in MSU stunk last year too. Don't get that fucked up. Like, he's going to carry them.
Now, did you ever see him on campus? Did you ever see him kind of just hanging out? Walking?
Dude, I'm way too old. I'm old.
Okay,
I never got to see.
That's right. Yeah.
You got to think he was only a transfer portal 1 year. He played at Wake Forest.
Right, you're right.
So he only played at MSU for the 1 season.
Right on.
Determined I had the greatest rushing season ever at MSU. Let me go to the pros. Smart man. Should have been a Heisman contender. Instead, this year they're going to fucking throw that Blake Corum bullshit at us.
You think that's bullshit?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Well,
because Kenneth Walker should have got the nod last year.
Okay, I get you. And
just to be in the race, not to be the Heisman, and
Yeah.
But no, he had a wonderful season, and I understand like what killed him was OSU. But you got to think he pretty much played a quarter in that game, and then didn't really go out there because they lost by 50. So
Yeah.
that's enough college talk because this is still NFL talk, I guess. Go MSU, by the way. Even though you guys fucking blew it to Indiana, one of the worst fucking pathetic performances I've ever seen. Let's go to these other NFL games we really don't care about, but we gotta make picks for you guys. The LA Chargers going on the road to Arizona. Arizona, 4.5-point home dog. That seems to be the thing this week. A lot of home dogs.
Yeah.
Under over 47.5. It's that death number for me. Chargers fucking never play to their competition.
Right?
They fucking did cover last week to Kansas City. They needed that win.
Yes.
They desperately need a win again this week. If they're 5-6, I'd say their season's done. For that reason, I like the Chargers here, especially after Arizona kind of gave up the ghost in that they're not a great team without Kyler Murray. And they weren't a great team with him anyway, but
How's it look for him playing this week?
who the fuck knows? Call of Duty's out, dude.
Oh, okay. He's not playing.
He hasn't played since Call of Duty came out, so give a shit.
You know what, man? I like the Chargers, but I like the Chargers as underdogs, man. You know, I don't like to go with them.
Because they never fulfill the fucking end of their
Exactly.
deal. They never do.
For that reason, I'm going Arizona. Arizona's at home. Hopefully, Kyler can play this week. Not that may make a big difference, a huge difference.
I
but
think that's
it
why
should.
the number's that. I think that's why it's 4.5 and not fucking
That's
12. Because if it's Colt McCoy, it should go to 10 instantly.
Well, Colt got one game under his belt.
Got
The one
two.
and a
No, he
half
got
game.
two.
It's 2 games. Okay.
Yeah, he got 2.
Well, San Fran just, man, they annihilated them, man. They wasn't ready for San Fran, though. San Fran is a different type of team.
Damn thing in that game.
Oh, I
But
didn't
we get
watch
to
it.
talk about them next. So, I mean, yeah, that's where I'll
Right.
leave it. LA Chargers.
They're
Can
on
they
deck.
fucking do something?
You know, I'm going to Arizona, man. I do not like them being the team that, you know.
So much talent on paper. I told you that 10.5 was bullshit at the beginning of the year,
Yeah,
too.
it was
Fucking chart. All that money, man. All that money, and they still can't play defense. So.
disappointing, man.
But I
Very.
like them against Arizona because Arizona has given up like the most points in the league. So
Yeah, they are struggling.
Chargers are getting the receivers. Mike Williams is gone again. He
Is he?
aggravated his ankle injury.
Damn,
But Keenan Allen did come back.
He came back, okay.
However, they lost Gerald Everett. So it's just
They got bad luck, too, man.
they have one of the worst receiving rooms without Williams and Allen in there.
Gee, man, and I had these guys winning the division, man.
Yeah, I told you, just stick with what's not broken. Kansas City, not a bad team. So we'll move it on. New Orleans going to San Francisco under over 43. San Francisco looks like one of the best teams in the league right now. And you were telling me earlier that this is probably one of the best plays you could have. And I was kind of like thinking maybe I take 9 for New Orleans, but they fucking stink too. So I think I'm going to ride San Francisco with you because I know that's what you're going to tell me, and I think that is probably the right side.
I'm going San Fran. I mean, the Saints, I mean, they did. I picked them last week, and they won. They with the spread
Yeah,
thing.
smart man. I did.
But it stops right there. I don't think they can deal with 49ers defense, man. I mean, they're too inconsistent. I don't know. I don't know who's playing from week to week. And now I've heard that Winston is upset that his position got taken.
When you have a broken spine and play terrible,
I know, right?
That's just what happens. I'm sorry, but that was in the contract, and that's what he was upset about.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're injured, you're not going to start, and that's why they had Andy Dalton there.
Exactly.
You can't be mad. You can only be mad at yourself and your own body, and at the end of the day,
Hey,
it
is what it is.
You go
man.
through a ton of pain to play this game, and I can understand your frustration. But the organization made it clear to you you have to stay healthy, and that is on their end, and
And then when he did play, he did not show improve, in my opinion.
No,
So, there's a little upheaval in the locker room. And there should be upheaval anyway because they're not playing well.
No, they were
defensively
I
or
thought they were going
offensively.
to play very well this year, and
Yes.
the defense is fucking terrible.
Terrible, man.
And also, Rams are on a bye, I believe, this week. Looks like it. I know we're not
Yes.
talking about them. I don't really know all the teams on bye, so forgive me for that.
It's all good. Rams is one of them, though.
I
for
know
real.
Rams are one of them. I think there's a couple others. I know there's a couple others. I just don't know who, but even winning that game, it's not impressive because Stafford's fucking gone.
Yeah.
And Michael Thomas gone. Landry hasn't played a fucking game. I kind of hate New Orleans at this point. It's just like, yeah, San Francisco's kind of hitting. It's kind of like the thing I was talking about earlier with Tampa Bay. They're just hitting their stride right now. And
Yes,
it's
they
the
are.
right time to hit it and win some games. And I think they win big here, too, now that you really kind of talked me into it. It's like, yeah.
I like San Fran. It's, I don't give a damn if it was a 10-point spread or 11. I don't care.
Damn.
I'm taking 49ers.
Damn. All right, yeah.
Could possibly be a lot for your
such
boy
a
Dre.
They have such a good team on paper. It's crazy.
Well, I think I'm not gonna say it's the best thing, but the quarterback getting hurt
It's the best thing.
Didn't hurt.
No, it didn't hurt them.
It didn't really hurt them, man.
That's why they made
found
sure
their
they
stride.
guaranteed, that Garoppolo couldn't get traded.
Yes.
I think they kind of had a feeling like, hey, if we're down, if it's 0-3 at the beginning of the year, like, it's okay. We still have another guy that can still start for us and still play well or, competently, because Jimmy G isn't like this top 5 QB.
No.
He's a top 15 when he plays great.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what he did on Monday. He threw for 4 touchdowns. He looked awesome. Kittle finally got some work, too.
Yes, Kittle did. Kittle earned me some points. I was loving that, even though I still lost my game, but it was good to see him back.
Good to see him back. Yeah, I mean, he's a great blocker. That's what they use him for, and they have a great run game with McCaffrey. And
Yeah, that was a good
Eli
pickup
Mitchell,
of
too,
McCaffrey.
man. Eli Mitchell's a dog, so
Yes, they got a lot of weapons over there,
they're
man.
dangerous. That's what I'm saying. They're dangerous. And for a team with, 5 losses, still dangerous.
Yeah, and
Still
they're
don't
finding their
care.
stride, just like you said. They found it, and now they're playing really well.
Like, at this point, yeah, my Rams to win the division pick, gone. That's gone. All gone, as they say on A Christmas Story. But,
Well, we knew the Rams was going to take a step back, but not this far back.
no, I didn't think it was just going to be a fucking unmitigated disaster. I was like, and I didn't think Seattle would be good, but I thought they were going to hit their 4.5 wins, which they already did.
Right. Rams are one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, Lions are going to get a great pick.
They will, yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just they keep sinking, and if they don't have Stafford too, I mean, this team might only win 3 or 4 games this year, like where they're at. And Lions, to be the benefactor of that is awesome because, like I said, they have so much to play for on Thursday. That's what scares me. And even Miranda was like, I have a weird feeling the Lions can win on Thursday. And when it comes from her,
You better take the Lions, man.
Fuck no.
Hey, you gotta stick with your team.
I'll play my little bit of money in parlays for the same gamers and fingers crossed. But I probably won't put many spread numbers in there because of that reason. Because I am terrified of the Lions winning that game.
It's gonna be a great game to watch, man.
Yeah, enjoy the halftime show.
Who's performing?
What the fuck's her name? Bebe Rexha. I was talking to a coworker this morning, and she's like, I love her. Oh my god.
I don't even know her.
Pop star. The pop star.
That says it all.
Yeah, me and you are
Usually
not
they get somebody from Detroit. Is she from Detroit though?
No, but they got do you know who David Guetta is? He's like a DJ.
I don't. Is he from Detroit though?
No, I think he's England, but have you ever seen the video where it's after George Floyd got murdered?
Right.
He's on top of a rooftop in whatever country he's in, and he starts like remixing the I Have a Dream speech and talking to a mic like, shout out to his family. This is for David Floyd. Or George Floyd, sorry.
Wow, okay.
It's
I'm
one
gonna
of the
have to
most,
check that
like,
one out.
I got things to show you after this because we got time tomorrow too since it's a short day, so we can hang out for a minute.
All right.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's one of the funniest things. Me and Rand reference it all the fucking time.
It
One of
sounds
our
crazy.
favorite things. It literally, it's like people are like, wow, we solved racism. That's
Just that simple, huh?
that's the joke. He solves racism.
Wow, I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, I will show you that. I got to show you Tom Pearl as well.
Tom Pearl. Wow.
Yeah, that's a fucked up one. Rand was not happy when I showed her that today.
Looking forward to that.
We'll move on to a semi-intriguing game. Like I said, most of these games weren't intriguing in this very back half. If you're still watching, thank you again. Follow the
Right.
Twitter, follow the page. Like, we need all the support we can get, and we really, we like doing this. I don't, at the end of the day, I don't care what people think of me, what people, I just want to give the best information I can out, have fun, and, you know, provide something of value to myself. And that's something that's made me happy the last 14 weeks me and you've been doing this, is that I've been having a great time, man. And this has been helping my mental.
Yes, me too, man. I mean, I enjoy doing this, man.
Yeah, I can't get down on myself even after 4 bad weeks.
Yeah.
It's been bad.
Well, listen, man. You know, things happen. You know, I don't think it'll be like this forever. We have given out some pretty damn good plays, you know.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it's like I always give out the good, like, you know, prime times. You're pretty much on par with your locks. Like, you know, you just gotta listen for the right stuff, because we are full of shit at the end of the day as well.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, if you're doing over 50%, then I want to shake your hand. Because that's pretty good. I mean, because it's up and down with this shit, man.
Yeah,
this NFL is crazy.
We got 6 weeks to prove ourselves, and then playoffs.
Yeah, but we have time, man.
And then it's like college basketball golf season for me, like, you know, and that's probably, you know,
it's so much, man. It's so much.
That's where the fun begins for me. I already got some Masters bets in already, and this is 5 months in the future.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You're ready. You're already ready.
Yeah, I found some good numbers on a site I'll tell you about later. But let's move on to Sunday night. Green Bay Packers going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia's a 7-point home favorite, under over 46. I like Green Bay. And it seems like these primetime dogs have been hitting, except for the exception of, obviously, Monday.
Yeah.
San Francisco wiped the floor with my money. Thanks, guys. So, yeah, I like Green Bay here. I think Philly, they're a good team. They're, bar none, the favorite of the NFC. Green Bay has something to play for still, even after, again, losing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. Can't keep losing, man.
You know what? I think Philly, we've seen that they do have some things that they can get better at. Philly does.
Yeah.
But I think they know this too, and I think that's why they will play better this week. And I think they'll beat Green Bay by more than 7 points. I got Philly.
It's fair. I just, you know, I feel like Aaron Rodgers has to go down with a fight at least. I mean,
you would think so.
They're what, 4-7 now? So it's 4-7. It's like if you lose this game, it's over because it's a team I still trust that could win out almost. Like they could win out and go 10-7. But if you're a 4-8, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I mean, it's all based on their the rest of their schedule too, man. I haven't seen the rest of their schedule, but this is a tough game for the Packers. I know they've shown semblances of bounce back, you know. Last week they didn't play horribly. But then still lost. The week before that they did win. They're trying to get something of I don't know. It's a lot missing there.
And that's the thing. It just feels like it is too late for them, but I still think they're gonna try and fight hard because they don't want to go out like Aaron Rodgers' final year. Oh, you went 7-10, you fucking stink. Your legacy's gone, and that's what he's fighting for at this point. I don't care about.
They're
gonna
play better. I think so.
Yeah, that Thursday, the mini bye also. I always love a team off a mini bye, so
true. They've had a few more days to get things together, but I just don't see it in them this year, man.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to call him washed, but I just don't think that he has the weapons. I think he needs, in this particular time in his career, he needs weapons around him. He can't just do it himself like he used to.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
He needs that, man. So I'm gonna take Philly, and that might change for me, and maybe the spread changes. What do you have it at? I got it at 7. Okay, yeah, same spread.
So I could see it go 7.5, 8.
Yeah.
At that point,
yeah. You're right.
And that's the fun thing about this week is I can pick and choose. I'll probably play a lot more singles this week as well because I don't like playing parlays days in between. Like, oh, I got a parlay that goes from Thursday to I hate that shit.
Right.
I need instant gratification, which is a bad gambler's tip. Don't do that. Don't go for instant gratification. You'll lose every time. So,
for real.
Let's move to Monday. It's the worst game of the week. We won't talk about this very long, but Pittsburgh going on the road to the Indianapolis Colts. Over 39. They've really adjusted on these under-overs. I hate this game. I don't give a shit about it. I'll probably still bet it because I have nothing better to do on my Monday night. And for that reason, I like the Colts 2.5. They still got something to fight for. So
I like the Colts. Colts messed up last week. They should have beaten the Eagles, man.
Still covered. Great
They
team.
covered,
They're
though.
a great team because they covered.
They covered, man. But I'm like, okay, y'all lose by one damn point, and y'all had the game. You know, the whole game they were leading and controlling, and they just lose, man. I just come on now, Colts. But I got the Colts in this one though.
Wish I seen a semblance of any of the games besides highlights.
I know, right? I didn't watch any of the
Like
games
I said,
either, man.
this is such a weird week because like, dog, I was busy. I was having fun.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same shit on Thursday, but like,
Right.
the thing with us, you know, with me Thursday too, it's like I'm gonna go to the game. I'm gonna go work my little bullshit shift on Friday, and then on Saturday it's U of M OSU.
Back to back to back.
And and like, you know, as an MSU guy, I'm excited for this game. If you're not
gosh,
excited
man.
for this game, what the fuck you doing listening?
There's going to be great games Saturday. I know we're talking NFL, but let's talk about this right quick.
NFL's over. We got this. We got a couple minutes to blow around here. So what you got for me?
We got the Michigan Ohio State game. Great game. Okay.
Yeah.
LSU plays Georgia. Don't they play Georgia this week?
I don't know if that. I know they play them.
It's either this week or next week.
Next week.
I might be talking
I
after.
know USC plays Notre Dame.
USC Notre Dame, which
That's
is
a
going to
great
be
game.
a great game.
And then you still got to think like ISU
TCS.
is interesting just because of the fact they're trying to go undefeated, and that
Exactly.
is if they lose, it's over for them. And I watched that Baylor game because I had
Did you watch it? Okay.
I forgot to disclose that I did have TCU plus 1.5. I was
Okay.
I
Good
was
stuff.
stoked because I was terrified. I was like, they're about to lose by a missed field goal.
Right.
One of the beautiful plays of the year.
It was, but then they only win by one though. Was it a 1 point?
They won by one, but I had I had plus 1.5.
Yeah,
they were
plus
dogs.
1.5.
They were
Okay, my
dogs.
bad.
As number 4 in the nation.
Great pick.
So-
Great pick. I know you feel really good about that.
Yeah, and then I doubled down on Kentucky plus, what the fuck was the number? 21.5 or something silly.
Oh, against who?
Georgia. They covered.
And they covered.
And
okay.
then I lost on betting Clemson, South Carolina over.
Over, man.
Dude, I had 96. It's on the Twitter, too. I was like, 96.5. That can't not hit. They scored 110 points. I was off by 20 points.
And Clemson doesn't normally score like that.
Oh, dude, I was so hurt. Yeah,
That
and
was
Hendon
crazy.
Hooker being out for the year really kills them. I mean, they're done anyway now with the second loss, but
Yeah.
you know, college football, it is still holds a place in my heart, and
it's so
I
exciting,
enjoy it.
man.
And the World Cup too. I've been, micro
World
betting that too. I'm not saying I'm putting huge money on any of these things, maybe $10-20. Like I'll disclose it.
Yeah.
And like I bet both teams not to score in the USA Wales game yesterday. That was an L. And then I bet Poland full-time tie no bet today. They ended up tying 0-0.
Whoa.
So I got my money back, but
Yeah.
I think that stuff's exhilarating, especially after Argentina loses to Saudi Arabia as an 18-1,
Which was
dog.
crazy. That's one of the biggest upsets ever, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the biggest soccer upsets that I remember.
Yes, man.
So
It's going to be a compelling weekend, and I think it only gets better after this because you're going to have the NFL keeps going,
Yeah.
and each game is going to be more important than the last. Okay, college football, the playoffs thing is coming around the corner. The bowl games,
you get all your championship games next week,
man.
man. It's gonna be fun, and I'm really excited for and then college hoops is starting to kick
hoops
off.
is starting to
as I've
kick off,
mentioned in the
man.
show,
Yeah.
I throwing a bet here and there, and
Oh,
NBA,
yeah, and I'm gonna
NBA,
start
I'm
betting that,
still
too.
not paying attention to.
Hey, I'm an NBA guy, so I'm paying attention to that. I'm gonna get more into it.
I like the
after
NBA.
the NFL is
I
over,
just
too.
watched the Pistons, and even then, I haven't really watched too much
Pistons
this year.
look bad right now, man. But
It breaks my heart.
they've got some injuries. They still have to get their chemistry going. I don't like the coaching,
definitely.
but so it's a lot to look forward to. But to end this though, I'm gonna tell you guys, take Notre Dame to beat USC.
I love that. Yeah.
They it's what is it, plus 5.5, I believe.
5.5, 4.5, whatever you can get. Get the. I like the Notre Dame number 2. I don't know why.
Man. I might throw the farm and the
As
the
a
car and
as a
everything
Notre
on
Dame
that.
guy.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Hey, don't we have 2 more games though, don't we? We go Rams, Kansas City, and Chargers, Arizona?
Chargers, Arizona. We did. Rams,
we did
Kansas
Arizona.
City. Is that this week?
I believe. Let's check it out.
I mean, like I said, we're running out of time here. If I miss that, whoops, I would take Kansas City with my life.
Right on, right on. I have to see
If I missed that, that's totally on me.
No, it's all good. Let me see if I might have missed that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, look. But once again, I wish everyone, happy, safe travels with you, Dre, of course. I know you're going back home. And
Going back to the crib.
obviously. I hope everyone enjoys the family time, the days off.
That's what it's all about, man.
It's just, go and get the fucking fun times while you can, because you're only, you only live once.
We never know, man. Yeah, they play Sunday. A 4:30 game. Rams, Kansas City. 14 and a half. I'm going Kansas. I don't know. I'm going Rams. That's a lot.
Nah, I'm going KC. I didn't know that game happened, so we'll leave it at that. Sorry, guys.
It's all good, y'all.
I thought they were on bye. Give a fuck about the Rams.
Right, the Rams
assholes.
suck, man.
But yeah, once again, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching the show.
Yes.
Please like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, all that good shit. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Cool.